Hey guys, today we're going to go over rooms. I want to show you what constitutes a room in Stationeers. All right, so I'm going to create a new world. All right, go ahead and save this as test. I'm going to overwrite this. And you can see that in an empty world, we have here we can see here that we have no rooms. And we're going to show you how to create a room. This tutorial is mainly for understanding a little bit about data. Oh no, don't fly away. All right. So we're going to go ahead and place an iron frame. Let's go ahead and save this. And we can see here that wrong file. And we could see we still have no rooms. When I add a iron sheet, we want to see if this creates a room. And we see that it does not. If we completely seal a cube, we want to see if this creates a room. And it does not. Now we know we have a room when we drop an item. We can see that the item falls slowly outside. But when we have a room, gravity is magically modified and things fall quickly. You can see things fall slowly outside in the world and things fall quickly inside of a room. And as you can see here, we have one room. Room ID is 1. And that's this room right here. If I have one layer of a cube, this still creates a room. Question is, do we have 2 rooms or do we have 1 room? We still have 1 room. Now, when I remove the layer, so all we have is an empty frame, we can see that we have no rooms. A frame by itself does not create a room and it does not seal a room. As you can see, we have no rooms. Now let's go ahead and seal this back up. One layer of a frame does seal a room. Or rather, it doesn't seal a room, it creates a room. And then we can see here that our room ID is 2. So every time we remove a room and create the room again, it has a new room ID. We only have 1 room, but we have a new room ID. Now I want to try something a little different. I'm going to go ahead and dismantle this again. I want to see what happens if we seal a cube inside of a room. So you can see that we've created a room, and inside of the room is a frame. We still have 1 room, and a room ID is 3. Okay, so I've added 1 layer to the frame, and I want to see if we still have a room. We do not. We had a room, but by sealing the cube, by adding a layer to the frame cube, we got rid of the room. And now I'm going to seal the cube itself and see if we get a room. We do not have a room. I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to go ahead and expand the room. We should now have a room. Okay. So we have one room. And now I want to see what happens if we remove the layers to the frame. Do we have one room or two rooms? We have one room. And by adding a layer back to the cube, we not only do we still have one room, but we've just modified the existing room. And I'm going to modify the room again. Sorry, wrong file. It is now room 6. And so one thing we can learn from this is that every time we modify a room, we're also changing the room ID. And finally, you should have 2 rooms, but it only shows us 1 room. It's very strange. We have a room here. No, that's not a room. Look at that. This area does not count as a room. Now, guaranteed, I'm going to predict now that if I remove the frame, we're going to have a room. And we do not. And so we can see here that even though we have a cube that should be a room, it is not a room. There is a bug in the game. And it is not a room. But I will say this, that if I were to remove one of these walls and place it back on again, we shall fix that and we will have a room again. As you can see, gravity is just like in the world, we have no room. But if I remove one of these walls and place it back on, we have a room back. In fact, we have two rooms. As you can see, we have two rooms. That is not a bug because I have a wall separating the two rooms. And so, if you notice that you have leaks in your base, it's because you were doing something, you were modifying rooms in such a way that you triggered a bug to happen. And when you're supposed to have a room, you do not have a room. When you notice that bug where your base is leaking, a room does not exist where there's supposed to be a room, all you have to do is take off a wall or possibly a frame, but I would say take off a wall and put the wall back on. It's that simple. It fixes the bug. Now I want to try something a little different. I want to find out if floor gratings count as walls. Yes, they do. As you can see here, a floor grating counts as a wall. And last but not least, we want to see if roll-ups. We want to see if the roll cover counts as a wall. It turns out that roll covers do count as walls. And they also act as doors too, apparently. I think this is not intentional. I also want to see if, forgive me, I cannot remember the name of it. I think it's cladding. I want to see if cladding counts as a room. Now I can't go through cladding, so I'm going to check the file. If it counts as a room, then I should have 3 rooms. I have 3 rooms. And so cladding does count as a wall, which creates a room. All right, so I think this is it for the tutorial. I hope you learned as I have learned. I can't think of anything else I would like to test. If there's anything you would like me to test, just leave a comment. And maybe I'll see you on the next tutorial.